Okay, in this video we're going to show you how to inlay some timber with an epoxy and metal powder mix. As you see here, we have a leaf design that's been filled with epoxy and copper powder to give a copper look, and the lettering's been done with a epoxy and brass powder. Turning over, what we started off with is the lettering that was routed out with a Dremel, which is the fine tip, and also the leaf design. And we've gone down about 2 mil into the timber just to make sure the epoxy has a good bond into there. And what we're going to use is West System epoxy. Rather than buying a huge pack, if you're just doing a small project, we've got small junior packs, and we've also got the 5-minute epoxy. The 5-minute epoxy is actually a 1-to-1 mix, although it's a little bit thicker than the standard epoxies. So if you're going to use that one, it might be better for filling wider spaces. So if you're filling kind of knots in wood or any splits in timber, that one might do for that. But in general, it's best to stick with the standard epoxy. You've got a lower viscosity with that one. Put our epoxy into the mixing container. Then the hardener. Give that a good mix. So we're going to go for brass powder. We do various metal powders. We've got bronze, brass, copper and aluminium. So for the lettering we're going for brass. It's always best to add by volume at a ratio of 1-to-1 with powder to the resin and hardener mix. Easiest way for this, since it's 7 mils, I'll just take a teaspoon, which is about 5 mils. Drop that in, and another half a teaspoon. Give that a good mix. Now the leaf we're going to do in a different colour. We're going to use a copper on that, so I don't want to get any of the brass in there, so I'm just going to cover up with some tape the areas that I don't want the mixture to go onto. Now you can use a cocktail stick for this, although I tend to find that the tongue depressors you can just break in half just down the centre and usually get a good point on them. Take a little bit of the mixture and just work that in. Don't worry if you go outside the letters, because you're going to be sanding this down anyway. The main thing is that you just take the point and just stipple it all the way around the letter, or whatever you're filling, just to make sure you get all the air out. And you want the resin to be slightly proud of the surface, so that when you sand it back you've got no little air voids. Although if you do get that, you can just fill it up with another mix. So when you're filling the lettering in, just make sure you stipple all the air out, going all the way around the letter. Leave the resin slightly proud so you've got something to sand back. And when you sand it back, it should start to reveal the lettering underneath. Now that you've got the lettering filled, I'm going to put some masking tape over it. And And what we're going to do is we're going to put the masking tape down the length, and we're just going to slowly roll the masking tape down so that it pushes any air out. You don't want to put the masking tape straight down because you're going to trap air, and you're just going to unfill the lettering again. So we're going to put a strip of masking tape like that, and then another one coming back over this way. The reason for the tape is because a lot of the powders can be quite heavy. They tend to sink to the bottom, and what you really want is the powders up at the top surface, so when you're cutting back, you're cutting into the metal powder. If it sinks to the bottom, you're just going to be cutting into resin, and you're not going to get that nice finish. So by putting tape on, we can turn it upside down. The powder will work its way to the top of the letters, and we'll just leave it like that till it cures. See, we're just doing it very slowly. I'm just using my finger at the back just to work any of the air forward. Try not to cause any wrinkles in the tape as well. When you get to the edge, make sure you've got a glove back on again. It's very difficult to put tape on with gloves on because the tape tends to stick to your fingers. You mustn't get any epoxy on your skin. Okay, so we'll just turn that over and leave that to set. Okay, so we're going to sand the epoxy down and get back to the metal powder. As you see, at the moment it just looks brown, and the brass has got a greeny colour. But once you start rubbing it back, you should start to see the shine coming up from the metal powder. Before you start sanding, always wear a mask. Start off with a heavy paper, something like a P40, just to take the thick of the epoxy down. Once you start seeing the details showing, move on to a lighter grade paper. I've got a 120 grit here. You can just about see the lettering and the leaf showing up. Now we're just going to buff that up and bring the shine through with some wire wool. Just about through, and you start to see the shine start going in a circular motion, and that way the wire wool will cut into the metal powder in such a way that each little fine grain of powder should catch the light and make it look a lot shinier. Once it's done, it should look more like it does on that side.